Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Akeem Lawanson, and in your fix of entertainment news today, Venom director teases a clash with Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield talks about the Sinister Six, and the Eternals might change the MCU's future. Let's drop it. As Venom There Be Carnage inches ever so closer to that October 15th release date, director Andy Serkis is making the rounds to hype up the long-anticipated sequel. And we here at IGN had one singular question on our mind regarding the anti-hero. When will Venom meet Spider-Man in the MCU? Well, during our one-on-one interview with Serkis on IG Live, in response, he had this to say.
It's going to happen, of course it's going to happen, but I think there's so much, look, it depends when you want to get there and also what the appetite is. If people want more Venom stories, then to jump straight to Spider-Man, you could be missing out on so many great supervillain characters in between there, now and then. So in a way, by rushing to it, you might be closing the door. Whereas if people are loving world, then I think all of those other characters that are there in the canon, that are there in the lore of Venom, and for instance, all of the supervillains that are in Ravencroft and their criminally insane Institute for the Criminally Insane, there could be some fantastic stories. There are other characters like Toxin and all the other symbiotes to be had as well before then. But point taken, yes, everyone wants to see Venom fight Spider-Man. So I think again, it's appetite, how much people want it. They'll be sacrificing all of that stuff if they want to rush straight to that.
Now, there are quite a few other adversaries in Venom's universe, but none as notorious as Carnage. So even though it would be nice to continue to play within the universe Serkis has set up for Venom, Spider-Man would definitely be the next big pay-per-view fight for our boys Eddie Brock and Venom. Now, there's obviously an appetite amongst the fans for the two to meet at some point, so hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. Well, in the meantime, we'll get to see him go up against Carnage when Venom There Be Carnage releases in theaters October 15th. In other news, Andrew Garfield and the Sinister Six? Well, that could have been a thing, apparently. Now, in a recent interview with Collider, the actor was asked if he met up with director Drew Goddard around the time a Sinister Six movie was being discussed and talked about how close it came to being made. Now, Garfield said, quote, "I don't know how close it got, but I definitely had a few meetings and it was really exciting. I loved his vision. He's so unique and odd and off-kilter and unconventional in his creative choices. So that was definitely a fun couple of months. But life, yes, life happens and life finds a way, but unfortunately that Sinister Six movie didn't. Garfield was replaced in 2015 by Tom Holland as Spider-Man made his move into the MCU, and the Amazing Spider-Man film series was scrapped. Now, as a result of the Sony-Disney deal, any talks about a Sinister Six movie quickly died down. Now, while it seems we may never get that film or Andrew Garfield web-slinging it up in spandex ever again, many fans are holding out hope that we'll see him and a few members of the Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, we'll have to wait and see how much of a multiverse extravaganza that film turns out to be when it hits theaters December 17th. And finally, just like Thanos did that whole snap and changed everything, it looks like the Eternals is also hoping to shake things up in the MCU. Now, in an interview with Total Film, director Chloe Zhao noted how this self-contained film might leave a lasting impression on the MCU in the aftermath of its release. She said, quote, "I think we stand alone as a film for sure, but I do think we will have a very big effect on the future of the MCU with what happens in this film, which, as a fan is really satisfying for me. In the Eternals, we'll visit a time before modern man and witness events that took place right after Hulk's snap that brought back half the world's population. Now, what the Eternals' lasting impression on the future of the MCU will be remains to be seen. And we'll have to find out when it hits theaters November 5th. And that was your entertainment fix for today. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and thank y'all so much for watching. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out our video about Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. They're going up against each other. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I'm in it. Yeah, of course. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, keep it locked right here on IGN.
Oh, wow.
You could just say, I'm happy for you.
That was going to be us.
I am happy for you.
No!
God, I'm so sorry.
Not sorry.
This two needs some serious couples counseling.
I will let you eat everybody. Promise. I promise. Oh, yeah.